that's that guy's house. You can see a little bit of it. Right, we have the GoPro. We're going on the scooter this time instead of the bike.
Keep your legs straight.
Yeah.
Here.
These ones?
Yeah. All good?
Yeah, we do. Alright, we're here at the museum. That scooter is a lot safer than the other bikes. I guess it's not as jerky and they don't want to ride it as fast and crazy, so felt a lot safer there. I'm a bit more used to it now as well. Still pretty tired from yesterday, you know, with all those crazy massages and waterfalls. I didn't realize how strong that waterfall was as well, because it's definitely kind of like, you know, I wouldn't say bruised up my shoulders and traps, but I could definitely feel it all night, right? So we thought it was actually closed, but it looks like it's open, so we'll see what we can see in here. I think there's a bunch of military staff planes and, you know, maybe some tanks and whatnot. We'll take a look.
That is the one I was talking
Got a massive tower there in the back. It's very huge from where I'm standing. So there's actually a villa on top of that, basically a house for somebody to live on top of that tower. So I think you can just see it. So a massive tower, and then some guy built his house on top of it, right? And I think if you see it from a bird's eye view, he's got like a front yard and a backyard, does he? Like front yard, backyard, everything like that. And what was he doing again? Selling alcohol?
about. Alcohol, he has an airline.
Airliner. And then eventually the government was after him because he'd done a bunch of, you know, fraud with the banks. How many planes did he have again?
He has an airline. He has many planes.
Yeah, like, I thought you said like 100 or something. Yeah, like 100 planes. And basically he escaped to London.
Yeah.
He escaped to London, and yeah, now the Indian government can't actually get him because London protects him, as he brought a lot of money to London and they want to keep that money there. So again, here it is. So he built the tower as well?
Yeah, it's his tower only.
It's his tower, yeah. And I think the government's trying to now sell the house on top and the whole tower, or whole tower. So is there anything happening at all in the tower? It's empty. What do they do in the tower?
It is a mall. It is also belongs to him.
Oh, that one as well belongs to him. Jeez. So the pointy one also belonged to that guy. Guess he built a lot of crazy stuff. And they're shopping centers, you think, basically. Very tall shopping centers. Can we go into them?
I will check whether the entry was there. We can't go into this tower.
You can't go into that one, but the other one. So we're getting tickets as usual. You get to pay extra for foreigners. Pretty much everywhere we go, you pay a bit extra for foreigners, right? I mean, it kind of makes sense, I guess. Yeah, you have that thing looks absolutely crazy to fly in, honestly. Doesn't look very safe. How much extra for foreigners?
Double the cost.
Double the cost for a foreigner. It's funny because you could probably triple it and a foreigner would still pay, yeah? Because they need to go and see, otherwise what are they coming for? Is that an actual Wright Brothers airplane? Replica. So that's a replica of, you know, one of the first planes from the Wright Brothers. Is that the real size of that dinosaur? Does anybody know? Is that real size? It's not that big. I could take it on.
No, no one saw that dinosaur. That is a jet engine. There's a different type of gas.
Mission life. What, one day?
One lunar day, that means
A 14 Earth days.
14 hours.
Just looks like tinfoil. It's like tinfoil. Oh, this was this year.
Yeah. Landed India's first lander. This is replica.
So this year they landed on the moon with it. This is a replica. Obviously the real thing doesn't look like tinfoil. But that's the rover. So what? This thing flew to the moon, and then the rover came out and explored the moon. Good job. Congratulations, India, for landing on the moon. I think it's a big feat. Looks like a very capable machine and a very complicated task to achieve. It's just crazy what humans build. Yeah. Oil and for spices.
Steam engine.
But it's for crushing spice, right? So similar to like the rocks we saw at the river yesterday, this is the automated version.
Another engine. Steam engine. 18 knot.
But it's a British inventor, right? It's a British engine.
It's another kind.
Rolls-Royce. Just nuts and bolts. And it all holds together under immense pressure somehow. See, so you've got rotary engines, radial engines, which are mostly used for aircraft, and you've got your, your kind of normal piston engines like V8s, V6s, inlines. But the way a radial engine works is you have it's kind of like a rotary, but you have a cylinder going up and down in each one of these, and as you get the spark, just like in a normal car engine, you get power, and there's something in here that keeps spinning. Every time it gets to one of these points, it's gonna basically ignite and do a power stroke. So all the way through, it just basically keeps spinning, similar to a rotary engine, except a rotary engine is like there's like an egg inside, and there's not really an egg, more like a triangle. There's 3 sections where you get the fuel injection, you get the compression, and you get the ignition, and it all depends on how the triangle sits in the circle, right? Where here, something's going around in the center, and every time it reaches one of the piston chambers, it basically hits the ignition.
14 cylinders.
Upstairs? We go upstairs now. It's pretty cool. Almost like a Mayan calendar or something. Alright, let's learn how electricity works. So you can film me. I'm going to do the little experiment. So I'm going to do this science experiment. The silk.
इसको तो इजीली है इसको क्यों छोड़ेंगे
Film here. Doesn't do anything. Maybe you're going to do it much harder. Absolutely nothing.
అదే నాకు ఏ విషయం చెప్పు టికెట్ బుక్ చేస్తాం అలాగే విషయం రాస్తుంది
Doesn't work. I don't know if I'm not rubbing it hard enough, but I'm not gonna stand there for 10 minutes, you know, rubbing it. I'll trust the scientists that wrote it. This one.
I think that is was not working.
Yeah, but that should work just naturally, right? There's no hocus pocus in static electricity. So I'll try this one.
You got the right position, huh? You got the right position.
I got it. Like this. Bring the charge rod towards the charge receiver and see that the green LED turns is on. I don't know, doesn't work for me. It would be nice if they said how long you have to rub it for. I mean, is it like 5 minutes to build that static charge? Probably. Let's see if it works for this guy. No, he only tried for like 5 seconds. I reckon you gotta rub it for like 5 minutes straight. I'm not doing that. I'll believe that it works. Van de Graaff generator. Looks like a Tesla coil to me. Different types of batteries. That's right. It's all Western technology, right? British, American. Basically, you can see when current is in opposite directions, you can get that little needle. To spin. This is like when Sunil was talking about harnessing the energy from a waterfall yesterday. This is basically how it works. Water comes down and spins a generator. I think that is like the most simple way of generating energy I've ever seen. You pour water on a thing that spins. Second generation computer. I'm not sure if these are really to scale because those guys' heads are way too big for their bodies, unless, you know, that was the size of people back in the day. So if the humans are not correct scale, I don't know about the computer. Just kidding, I'm pretty sure that's literally a second generation IBM computer. It's the real thing right here. CPU, which is now like this big these days, right, in our computers. That's the card reader. Pretty sure that's for the punch holes. That's what basically read the code back in the day. Magnetic tape drive unit. I'm not sure, but I think that would be like memory, right? Something to do with memory. Let's take a look here. Tape driver unit. Yeah, mass storage of memory, 556 bits per inch. CPU, well, we know what that does. Basically processes the information. Card reader, main input device. The punch cards, basically what we now refer to as scripts. And then obviously the printer for the output before we had screens.
And it is generating electricity.
So he's in a big electric generation plant. It's a nuclear power generator.
See how that comes to pass.
Wind power, about as simple as the water generated energy, right? Wind blows and spins something based on the angle of the blades of the fan. Solar power, much more complicated. Now you're talking about, you know, hydrogens being split at atomic levels into hydrogen ions and charging your electrons. So, pretty complicated way of creating energy. Probably not as complicated as the nuclear power plant, but still at an atomic level. So, oh yeah. Yeah, I almost bought a solar mobile charger today, but when I read up about it, it takes like 10 days just to fully charge your phone, so I think that's pointless unless you're camping or something. I do think solar is a very cool way of generating energy though. Chernobyl disaster, we all know that one. Got some old telephones here.
Very old phone.
It's like an actual Tesla coil here. It's had a long read on electricity history from like 1700s up to now. I didn't record that part because it took me like half an hour to read. But do you know if it's actually gonna turn on? Do you know if it's actually gonna turn on?
Which one?
This.
Okay. This theater is the screen, it was just explaining what was that.
So it won't turn on.
No, only those. Just a theater.
Okay, well it's not gonna turn on, but you know, I've never actually seen a massive Tesla coil live, although I've seen small ones. Okay. Ooh, there's the what was his name? There's like the first battery. It's a stack of wet cardboard and silver. Volta. There you go. From Italy. Volta stack. It's the first battery. Did I remember correctly? Wet pasteboard, it said cardboard in the other one, and I know it was saying silver. I guess you can use different types of metals. Zinc disc, silver disc. And that thing stores electricity. Right, learning all about aerospace now. So when you've got a bunch of air going through two heavy objects. You get some low air pressure between the two objects and they start moving closer together. Because the high pressure around the spheres pushes them together, right? Because you got low pressure in between and high pressure around, so everything gets pushed inwards. Some aerofoil. Into the airflow. I guess somebody stole the aerofoil, so I can't really do this test. But apparently that's the shape that has the most lift. That's why airplane wings are made of that shape. And this is like, you know, vacuum cleaner. Hard to put it in, you get to a certain point, boom, holds it there with suction. Okay. So apparently we'll be able to hear each other whispering through these dishes. Hello Subani, can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? That's interesting. So, I think it's the shape of it that basically works as a cone and directs all the volume to the other side. Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Yes, I can hear you. See, I got another guy trying it out with me. That's interesting. So that's just straight through sound waves, I guess. Basically just the shape of the dish. Tornado. Square wheels. I've seen these ones. Yes, indeed it works if your whole floor was perfectly shaped like that. Basically, a cone can be cut into many different shapes that have a particular circle, right? Circle or ellipse. That's an interesting one. Straight rod goes through a curved path, bit of mathematics and angle trickery there.
Just place and point, it will just see how they're shaking.
Right. It's an air cannon. So you hit it, air gets shot out and does some damage to some very light objects. Spinning liquid makes that shape, guys. A curved shape. So basically heat waves, when we put it in a curved dish, similar to how sound waves work, it's going to be concentrated at one location. So around here. Curves and angles. Runs uphill. Visvesvaraya. Leave it? But why? Leave it. It should do it with nothing.
You need to give a little push.
No push.
He's trying to move, but
Okay, you need a little bit of a push. Or will it eventually roll?
oh, it's rolling. You give a push.
A little bit. Center of gravity. See your back, I'm sure I know how that works. You've got a couple mirrors. Shake hands with yourself. Shake hands. Press it once. Might be broken. We'll trust what it says. I'm sure the rings are not actually crossing over each other. It's just an illusion. That's cool. Basically what it's saying is every time you see something, you got a bit of leftover vision in the brain, and if you're able to show that person the next thing before the brain has finished processing it, the images begin combining. It is rather interesting. There's a lot of people gathering here. Must be something interesting. There was supposed to be a floating ball there, but they're just playing around with the leaf blower or whatever that is. That's pretty cool. Where's the explanation for that one? It's like when you want to get petrol out of a car and you suck on it, and then once the pressure's there, right? Because I have a couple of aquariums, you kind of do the same thing. You build the pressure through the hose into the bucket. Once it's kind of there, it just keeps flowing. That's as far as I understand it. I'm not really a scientist. Length of string matters for your arc of movement, that's for sure. Now we're in the biotechnology section. It's a huge museum, honestly. It's actually massive. So I'm not going to be able to capture everything, or I'm just going to run out of space and battery. Biotechnology is awesome. I think not as magical as electricity, for example, but very cool, like kind of alchemy. So you get a scientist there. Ooh, what is this bug useful for? Let's see what its blood can do. What if I put it on my skin? Some nice anti-aging cream, huh? Ooh, X and Y chromosomes. This is a bit of a controversial topic. see, when people say chromosomes, they don't just mean male or female. There's a lot of science behind what a chromosome is. And basically it's related to your genes and the strands in your DNA having those chromosomes from your mother or father. So I'm not going to get into it, but if you read what I read there, science is science. That's okay. You can go for it. So in order to figure out who the father was, you've got to match the remaining bands. So I believe that there is the father. You see, I found your father, Subani. That's paternity test. You see, this is not the father. Not the father. It's the father. The importance of amino acids, guys. We only produce 10 of the 20 required, and you need them daily. And the absence of even one of the amino acids will cause degradation of the body's muscles, and probably of the brain as well. Vaccines, oh no, government conspiracies, or is it just biotechnology? India has the third largest biotechnology sector in the world. Very nice. Looks like it's mostly based in New Delhi, Secunderabad, and Chennai. Right, space technology. There's just so much information in the world now, you know, how can anybody really hold it all in their mind? It's just crazy. A few programming languages is enough for me, and a couple different, you know, modeling softwares. Don't you think, Savani? A few programming languages is enough.
Yeah.
And maybe a few programs that we need. I don't know how anyone can keep all this information in their head.
It's not working.
It's again RF wells, but again doesn't work. See how a launch complex for a space rocket looks. Doesn't work, and we can see those on YouTube quite easily these days, right? Everything can be learned on the internet these days, if you really want. Or you can watch TikTok all day and learn how other rich people live their lives. You know what all of this really brings to me is like maintenance, right? Every country, every person, every family has a different level of maintenance, maintaining their home, their car, their equipment. their knowledge, their memories, their understanding of the universe. It's all maintenance, isn't it, Subhani? How can you maintain things like your bike, your hair? See, I got just helmet hair all the time now, I'm not even bothering. And knowledge, right? You gotta maintain the knowledge, you gotta keep passing it down generations. Obviously books helped a lot, and now you have the internet, so everything's really passed down. Same thing with like military even. You might have a big army, but if it's not maintained very well, you don't even know what you have until you're in the war. Alright, I think that concludes the government museum. Just waiting for Subhani to finish up in the bathroom. Very interesting, very large museum. A lot to learn here. If you literally read every single thing, then you will probably learn a lot. What else can I say? But it would be difficult to read everything. You're talking like a couple 1,000-page book here. Good summaries of everything, which is very nice. Some demonstrative kind of physical demonstrations, which half work. Just in a big park now. One thing that came to my attention is India is crowded, but not as crowded as I thought, to be honest. I thought it's like shoulder to shoulder. Maybe in some places it is, like supermarkets.
Yeah.
But I haven't been in a situation like that yet, you know. So.